Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for today, the 29th of November. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough. And gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us. And hey, congrats to Stay Odd, aka 1020 Design, for taking down and for getting second last night. I saw on Twitter, I believe he is doing the stochastic sims tool. So thinking about maybe doing that for the next week. We'll see how that goes. It's clearly very good. Oh, screen sharing is paused. Uh-oh. Resume share. Uh, okay. Don't know where the screen is going. Okay. All right. Hopefully everything's back now. Congratulations, old man. Before we get, it's in full screen mode. Can I just escape that? I don't know how to get out of full screen mode. So this may be the cause of more problems as we go along. I had a request to show both on YouTube and in the chat how to do a center fork. And the reason that I don't normally do that is I normally am showing you like after I've already started a build. So I'm doing it fresh and I wanted to show you what I do because there's a pretty good center fork today. And the name is Ivica Zubac because you know his upside, honestly, 32 is even a little bit low if he starts getting minutes, and he might against Sabonis and the big guys of Sacramento. I mean, we could see him for 34 pretty easily. But I did 32 to be conservative and to not overwhelm the rest of the value in the set. So I got Zubats, and behind Zubats we have it used to be Plumlee, and now it's Daniel Theis. And Daniel Theis, his upside is like 24. Like he gets extended minutes because Zubats is out and he can smash. I think it's about a quarter probability he does that. So I cap that at a quarter, just like I capped Zubats at a third. And then I go over to the settings and I enable my Zubats foul trouble rule, which I will then show you what it is, or I'll build it again because I can't find it, is another possibility. But I know I have Zubats foul trouble. Zubats. There we go. Plumlee Zubats fork. Oh, I need to change the rule. So perfect time to do it on screen. So it's a group rule. It's the Plumlee Zubats fork, or now it's going to be recalled Zubats foul trouble. And it's no more than one of Plumlee or Zubats. No, it's not Plumlee anymore. It's Theis, Plumlee, and Zubats. I'm just going to leave Plumlee in the rule for later. He's not relevant for now, but get better, Mason Plumlee. I guess it's something we're saying on the show. Holding on to some anti-Duke resentment there is why it's hard for me to say good things to. Oh, come on. How do I get this? Okay, so now I'm going to show you a little bit about, just like number one, if Jokic plays, this is ridiculous not to project him for more than Embiid. So I don't know if he plays or not. And, I'm just going to leave it at the projection because if he doesn't play, I don't want to have to remember he's not playing and unclick it. Obviously, I will remember it, but I think that's kind of what SaberSim's doing here. Is they're telling you they don't actually. What's the line? Denver, Houston basketball line. We can use this to just tell if people think he's going to play or not. The Nuggets are 7.5-point favorites, so I think he might play. All right, so assuming he does play, 70 is an easy. You got to give him more than Embiid for expected value. He's getting it every night. Now, I do remember, and I am aware, and really, it is worth considering. Houston is really bad at pace. They're one of the worst teams in the league at pace. How much will they be able to bring Denver down to them? Let's go over to advanced stats, sorted by pace. Houston is third to last. And I mean, we got no Knicks, no Bulls on this slate. So on this slate, Houston is the slowest team. So that is appropriate for them to be the lowest points. If you want to, you could set Denver down to 110 or something even, just to emphasize the point that this game is going to be played at a slow pace. So I might do that. I mean, I'm not going to do that just because for this $2,500 day, I'm not going to do my little biasing the totals thing because it hasn't been working. I've had a pretty terrible week where I've been doing that. So just going to chill. I'm going to chill on that. Unless I see something that seems really egregious. And at this point, I don't. Orlando at the top, absolutely fine. They're playing Washington. Maybe I goose Washington a little bit because Orlando is not that good of a team. But do I even believe in that? Not sure. I mean, Orlando's a pretty good team this year. So I assume when we look at values, we're going to see a lot of those names. Yeah, these guys also. Yeah, Jaren Jackson, massively underprojected. So probably going to wind up with Jaren Jackson. Probably going to be pretty upset that he gets in foul trouble. But that's definitely where I would start. These values all seem fine. Sengun, yep. Jabari Smith, yep. I don't know about projecting Aldama for all those minutes. He kind of, I don't know, maybe. I'm a little more hesitant that Aldama belongs in this pool of dudes. Maybe 32. He's not quite the same value of the rest of these guys, I don't think. Yeah, Jaden Ivey even. Like I'd have Ivy up a bit higher. Also, where are those Magic guards? Are they still disrespecting the Magic guards? Like, give me a break, dude. Cole Anthony got to be projected for 36. Come on. I mean, like, he's still not really going to make it there, right, on this slate. But without Fultz, this dude's just playing insane amount of minutes. Also, Suggs. What are you doing? Like, how many minutes is this projecting? Okay, so now I really do need to exit full screen mode, but I don't actually know how to. Well, we're stuck in here. I can't tell you how many minutes we're projecting for Jalen Suggs as a result of being an old man and being stuck in full screen mode. Sure, there's a button somewhere. It's probably very visible on the screen, but I'm not going to be able to get it. So for me, I'm just going to tell you, I'm projecting Suggs for 32 as well. Same exact thing as Cole, because he's the same exact guy as Cole Anthony. To me, one or the other of them may be more. Okay, so I'm giving Cole 35. I should give Suggs 35. Because, like, literally, they're the same exact guy to me. Like, they could take over and run the point and be very assertive or not. One of them missed their shot staying in the corner. I mean, they can only have one point guard. This is the problem for the entire Magic team. But anyway, so Suggs is probably the guy for me today. I in my early draft, that's definitely where I'm going. Okay, so let's look at from the top. Where do we start cutting out values? I don't know about Booker, assuming Durant is in. Yeah, if Durant's in, I'm crossing them both off. If Durant's out, maybe I take a look at Booker. Brandon Ingram, meh. Paul George, meh. I don't want any of those. Clippers, Maxey, I can get there, but I don't project him for 40. I project him for like 45. Cade, same deal. He's like good. I mean, we're talking upside case from Jaren Jackson Jr. It's also up there, but I'm not gonna. I think I will put Siakam on the exact same footing. Do I want Kuz? No. Banchero? Yeah, he's fine, but I'm not gonna goose him. All right, no Zion, no Scotty. Scotty's minutes have been a concern. Fred VanVleet is just priced right. I mean, like, yeah, you can still consider Fred, but he's a little bit too expensive for looks like. Jamal Murray's getting projected minutes. Give me a break, guys. Come on, he hasn't played in a while. I'll probably just take Aldama out if he's going to be 30% owned. I don't see it. Duran. Here's another part where we have a fork, but didn't we have a problem? Yeah. The other condition for a fork, so the Theis Zubac thing, every single game. Theis is the backup. He's going to be the backup tonight, 100%. I mean, 95% sure. Who knows? They could do something weird. But we have the problem with Duran. With Duran, yeah, we can goose him to his foul trouble case of like 35. He could get there. We don't think he's going to do that very often against Anthony Davis, so we cap it at 15%. But the problem and the reason we can't do it fork, and by the way, I was thinking I maybe should call these handcuffs because you guys are familiar with best ball more than you're familiar with chess. But it's not really a handcuff either because you don't put them both on your team and then hope one of them hits. But it's the same principle behind handcuffing. So I don't know. These early in the morning ones, I have to drink a little bit more water. And I need to drink some coffee, honestly, to get going. Haven't even had my morning coffee yet. This is like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So if it seems like that's the case, oh yeah, here's one. So we can do so this is Jonas Valanciunas against Embiid. Yeah, they're going to want him to be out there. They're going to want him to be out there as much as he possibly can. Now, can he make it 35 minutes against Embiid? I don't know. But if he does, he's going to smash. Now, who do they go behind him? Jackson's not on the team anymore. Yeah, he's on the Lakers. So it's they've been going exclusively Nance, right? So I mean, Nance is just going to get this backup run no matter what. So 22 for an extended Nance where JV gets in foul trouble. That's pretty, and I'm guessing that's going to be pretty appealing on this slate, right? Yeah, he's going to be. So that's the reason why I think these are pretty important moves. These center handcuffs, because what do you think? Do you think the odds that Jonas Valanciunas gets in foul trouble against Embiid are 0.06%? No, I think they're a bit higher, right? So I mean, even if you're 20 maxing, you must be dipping your toes in the Larry Nance Jr. pool. You must be dipping your toes in the Daniel Theis pool. These are just you're going to lose to people like me who are just paying attention if you're not doing that. We don't really have that many good spots though, because aside from, oh yeah, and I didn't make sure to do all parts of this, so it's a foul trouble for who was JV Nance Fork. So JV Nance Fork again is a group rule manual. Use no more than Nick, not at least, that'll mess up your optimizer. No more than one out of Jonas Valanciunas and Larry Nance. Save rule. Okay, so now we've got the fork. We've got most of the forks we'll want. Now, we don't know what's going on with Denver. I mean, you could build like Jokic lineups and non-Jokic lineups with the DeAndre Jordan fork. Maybe that's something to do. I think I have the Jokic fork, so why not do it? Jokic foul trouble. And then the Jokic foul trouble cases are obviously Jokic smashes or DeAndre smashes. So DeAndre smashes as a backup, probably like 21, which makes him unplayable because he's $4,400. Okay, so you can see the reason why forks are generally too cute. Like when the backups start being appropriately priced, then you don't really have the situation. But yesterday, Mitchell Robinson did pretty well, didn't he? And we were all over it. We were all over the Mitchell Robinson fork yesterday, all over. And I mean, Gobert got you there too, didn't he? I mean, I'm just telling you, if you're not paying attention to the centers and the variance of foul trouble, you are losing. You're losing, and you're going to lose to me. All right, let's see. Tell you more about how you're going to lose to me. I'm very confident. You should be confident too when you're setting the lineups. I was gonna eventually. I'll probably do a plug for the actual music I listen to when I am setting lineups. But I mean, I know music can be polarizing. So, okay. Let's see. So yeah, shout out to Selection Radio, Base FM in New Zealand. These are the general things that I like to listen to. That's Selection with Joe K on SoundCloud, if you are so inclined. It's just some nice soul. And then once the slate actually gets going, I have to listen to Enya to calm down because that's the only thing I've been listening to since I was flying on planes and going to and from undergrad, getting scared of planes and stuff to calm me down. So it still calms me down. Walter Kessler, what is this projection? Okay, so pay attention to who starts for okay, this is another place where we just have to do a fork. So Kessler starts, he's an absolute smash play. You must play him. I mean, like, he's absolutely underpriced. He's going to be one of the top plays in this. Oh, he's not quite popping up there. Well, if we give him starter minutes, 34. Yeah, Kessler's got, if he starts, he's one of your best plays of the slate. Absolutely, without a doubt, point per dollar. Now, who's the other guy though? Like, they're probably projecting Olynyk. No, Yurtseven. Yurtseven is who's been weirdly starting for them. Yeah. Okay. So this is what's going on. Like, I don't know if you can confidently predict this rotation. Yurtseven, was he getting the backup all the time? It wasn't just like, so okay. If they start Kelly O and the other guy who we just projected for more minutes, Kessler, then we project Yurtseven to get the backup minutes. He's already projected for 22 minutes. I think we can add the fork rule if we want to, just to show you rules again. That's kind of been one of the points of the show. So let's just add the Kessler foul trouble rule. This will be probably what it's like in general because he's going to become a starter again because he's dang good. Don't sleep on Walter Kessler. If you're here and you don't know who Walter Kessler is, go watch a mixtape or something. The kid is good. All right. So no more than one out of Walter Kessler. And I don't know. I do like Yurtseven. So let's make it Yurtseven because I hope that's the backup in general, but I'm just not sure it's going to be the backup. So, I mean, like, and we could boost him to 24 or whatever, but I don't know. He's limited by Kessler being back, even if Yurtseven starts, even though I like Yurtseven. I can't get there probably because I don't know what is like. Can I say 24? I don't really know that I want to goose him even that much. So I've added the rule, but I'm going to leave Yurtseven as a projection. And it's just do I want Walter Kessler or not? When is that game? Is it standalone late game? No, it's at 5 p.m. I think that's a good way to get different or to start different. All right. So I think we've made enough changes now. Let me add a filter down here around 20. Looks like around 20 is where, yeah. I don't want anybody under what, 22? Yeah. Okay. So filter with my proj greater than 21.9. Bada bing. Everybody's gone. Now we go and we see the part where I normally would start the video. So make me 20 lineups out of 5,000. We're going to make it 49.8 to 50,000. And today, because of the tournament I'm doing a very small number of entrants. So just to see like what should I be playing optimally when it's just these 1,000 guys I'm trying to beat for $1 million. Definitely not dwelling on that this is the smallest field tournament I've ever played for $1 million in the sport I'm the best at. Not going to dwell on that at all. Of course, I'm dwelling on it, man. I've had such a bad run of this week. So I'm hoping it can turn around here for the biggest day of the week. I just need one golden bullet. Let's see it. One day, one time. Rise to the top of all of the best dudes in the world playing all of their best lineups. Let's see it. Feeling confident, ready to win. I hope you guys are too. Thanks for joining me, by the way. I haven't said that in like a number of shows since I'm doing this show at like 6 a.m. now, and it's hard for me to say thank you. But I mean, almost like 100 of you watching every show. We've got over 200 subscribers across all media now. It's really cool. It's great to have you guys. I like to think and talk about basketball from the absolute second I wake up to, I mean, I was thinking about it an hour before the show, honestly. So, that's like 4:45 my time. I'm waking up. I'm like, all right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Are we playing Jalen Suggs? Are we playing Jalen Suggs? It's like I'm waking up in the morning thinking about playing Jaden Ivey and Jalen Suggs. It's like my very first thought. So they're probably core. I mean, I'm guessing. Because, okay. So Suggs I have as core for sure. I don't know where Ivy is. Let me double check. But since that was like waking up from a dream, what are we doing projecting Ivy? Oh, look, I've got the scroll bar now. So Ivy minutes, 32 minutes. Give him 32 points then. I mean, let's not be disrespectful to the kid. Anyway, I mean, I am he's not that great of a play. He's probably not core. He's good though. Oh, 85%. Well, never mind. Okay, we got exposures. So, yep, I like that. Jabari, I was looking at that too, Saber Sim. I was looking at that too. I don't know what to do with Mo Wagner because, like, he's got a pretty solid floor. I want to get him in there, kind of, but does he have a ceiling? Like, we're already projecting him for all the minutes, right? Oh, 21 minutes. They're giving him 26 points. So Orlando's playing Washington. Washington's the fastest paced team. Also, that game is an expected blowout, right? Yeah. So the combination of these things kind of do make it reasonably likely to be a Mo Wagner Basham game. You know what? Yeah. I can't really, I don't have any problem with any of these. So I'll limit these just to reasonable levels. Like Jabari can be core because he's really clearly underpriced. Mo Wagner, if you want him, he can be core for you. Like Gafford could be core level dude. I don't know about Bane. I don't feel strongly enough that he's got. I mean, listen to me say the thing that's going to be definitely what sinks me tonight. But what's the upside at his price, right? I mean, like it just doesn't seem like that much to me. So I'm gonna axe my Bane, and then it's gonna tell me, oh, I can't meet exposure. I know you can't meet your exposures. That's why I'm setting the exposures, so you can try. All right, Keontae George. Yep. Keontae George is fine. He's fine value and a guy with upside. Like in that game, he could take all the shots and make all the shots, and they're going to give him more shots. He's a good kid. But I mean, still, probably not at the same level of these other guys. I think probably, I'll put him at 50 if I were doing I'm probably not going to enter all these lineups today because I don't want one of my not $2,500 lineups to hit on a day where I have one of them. Maybe, yeah. No, not going to do it. Just going to run the one lineup, put all my money behind it today. Even though it's very uncomfortable and that's not my real process. So maybe I should enter the 20 and then just pull my best one. I don't know. That hasn't been working. That hasn't been working. The hand building hasn't been working. So something's going to work though. We're going to turn that corner and it only has to work one time. One time today. Let's see it. Let's have a nice little lineup. Let's have all these guys that I've randomly adjusted their projections upward work. I think Cole Anthony, I think he's still in play, guys. I mean, like, I'm aware the price is up. I'm just like, I don't know, what can we project? Number one, fastest game. Number two, they played him a lot of minutes. Like, let's go over to Popcorn Machine. This is where you should go if you ever have a question about like projections, how many minutes a guy could play. Orlando, I remember, played a couple days ago or yesterday? No, a few days ago. Yeah. So let's go to that one. And you can just see how many minutes did our friend Cole Anthony play. He played 32 minutes, including the last 18 minutes of the game consecutive. So 32 minutes is about his ceiling. That if he comes off the bench, we're not going to get more than 32. We have him in there for 27. So yeah, that's how we get to it's just the ceiling. Because in 32 minutes, the most he can get is like 35 points, and that's just meeting value. So I don't think I can get there today on Cole. So I'm gonna roll that back just on minutes do not exist. So now on the same considerations, let's look at Suggs. 32 minutes equal. Oh yeah, 32 minutes. We were projecting him for less minutes. But sometimes it just won't make sense. So we've got Ivy, but where's Suggs? Suggs. Now we go over to Suggs minutes. 28.5. So he's a guy, you give him a few more minutes, but not quite that many minutes. So our slam dunk case is not really there for Suggs either at 6,000. Yeah, the heart wants what it wants, but also in this case, my heart is remembering. And you have to stop your heart from remembering. These guys were great plays a couple slates ago. As the day goes on, I don't know if I'm going to stay with them as great plays for today. Jaden Ivey, great play for today. Jabari Smith, great play for today. Mo Wagner might be a great play for today. I'm talking myself into it, guys. Live on the show. I didn't like him. I'll be honest. My gut is not on Mo Wagner today. I looked at it. I was going to go Gafford and Wagner maybe as an interesting play to like get some exposure to that game. And then I was like, can they both get there? Number one. And number two, Wagner's at 5K, right? Like he's up there. Yeah, he's at 5K. That's a lot to pay for Mo Wagner for bench minutes that he could smash in. I think he could smash. I think there really is almost nowhere else to go right now on the slate besides my weird forks. So you can choose. Either you go with the chalky. Oh yeah, let's make sure I do address the chalk. Derrick Rose is chalk. Okay. I don't know what's going on with that. Neither one of these makes any. If these guys are going to be chalk, y'all can have them. I'm not going to be playing these guys as chalk. Derrick Rose and Sandy Aldama in a rotation where, like, I'm pretty sure that rotation is just all over the place, right? Like, if we go to Memphis rotation, was Memphis Grizzlies. When did they most recently play? Memphis. We got one here. Aldama in the most recent game had a terrible one and didn't play the fourth quarter at all. Played 27 minutes, got completely benched even before the blowout. So, okay, I don't think you can play that with confidence. Who's his backup? Biyombo, right? So he's not really his backup though. That's the thing. They're playing like Biyombo, but then who's rotating in for him is like Vince Williams Jr. and Jaren Jackson is becoming the backup five in this scenario. So, and you can't really do like a fork with a Biyombo and then Jaren Jackson. You can, but they could both go off together because they're out there together, right? They're out there together in the first minutes of the game when Jackson's playing the four. So we'll get some backup 5 minutes for Jackson. I just don't love the minutes for Aldama here. I mean, like, he could get there, but where's our D Rose minutes also? D Rose minutes 20. Now he should pick up another shift in a competitive game, another 6 minutes. So 26 minutes from D Rose. Okay. Uh, I'm closer. I'm closer to the case for D Rose than I am. Yeah, 26 is definitely in play for D Rose actually, and properly projected. He's got to be in. He's got to be in the pool. That's a mistake. There's a reason the people are on him for a reason. I need to be on him for a reason as well. Because I think in a competitive game, he's going to get 26 minutes and be a smash play. Now, you just heard me do the exact opposite calculation for Aldama. I think you can still put him in the pool if you want. I mean, like, if you are 150 maxing, you should defensively have 15%, even as a really heavy fade. You know what I mean? But for me, 20 maxing, I think that's going to be a stand I stick with. I just don't see like that. He's great, but we're already baking in a ton of upside here for Aldama. So I'm not going to bake in further upside for Aldama. You're just going to leave him out of the pool. Any other questionable chalk here? Batum. Oh, no thanks. Gross. What are y'all doing? Yeah, don't play. I mean, you got to be a much smaller slate, like a 2 or 3 gamer for me to be considering Nick Batum at this stage in his career. He's got nothing in the tank. I mean, really, I'm gonna unclick OG Anunoby too. Like I just don't. I haven't seen it from him. You've heard it on the show before. Until he makes me pay, I'm gonna say he's washed. He's looking washed this year. So, OG, I welcome you to show me up like Siakam has this week and come back and like play like you did last year. But it's tough sledding looking at OG play, man. He's looking really bad. Okay. But besides, so that's my number of chalk calls. My chalk calls of the day are good chalk, pretty much all of it, except Aldama, Batum, and Anunoby. And so, okay. I've told you some center forks. I've told you where I'm going for the slate. Probably be some Jaren Jackson Jr., probably be some Jaden Ivey. I don't think it's going to be Desmond Bane. Maybe. I don't. We'll see. He's not core like the rest of these guys are core. You know, I like Suggs still. I'm worried about the upside on Suggs, obviously, at this point, having looked up the minutes. So probably it's more like Ivy, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jabari. Jabari's the third core. Yeah. Those are guys for at the start of the day. Again, it's too early. Don't listen. That core, come to the Discord or go to some other Discord or run your Sims, whatever it is. I am meaning to be like on your council of dudes, speaking some wisdom to you from the mountaintop. But you are the decider. You are existing in a later time period. Is there another guy who needs to be at the top of this value list in consideration? Probably. It's been like, what, we got 14 teams? 14 teams means 14 times 15 guys. That's like 210 guys on injury reports today. And on 210 guys, well, you're going to get 5% chance somebody got injured in warmups or this morning has something go wrong. 5% chance of a midday downgrade sounds reasonable. And whatever midday downgrade it is, you need to know it and you need to react to it. So anyway, as much as this show is great, and I appreciate you guys for watching, we've circled back to it twice now, but you need to do some work later and you need to make sure you have your, as we lead up to lock and after lock, your crunch going all the time, and yeah, that you're ready for those last second news is the absolute best news for you. It should be. And if you're getting burned by last second news, don't play this game. Don't play NBA basketball. Like you need to, when NBA DFS happens at the beginning of the games, when they lock, you should feel like you have the best lineups. Yeah, I know how it feels for the rest of the game. Trust me, the rest of this week has felt that way every single day. But when the game's locked, you should feel like you were on the you had all of the the news and you knew what the best move was and you picked your highest whatever, however you put it, sim ROI, your highest saber score lineup, your highest whatever. It's a lineup that you really like and you really think has the best shot to win at the beginning of the day. So if you feel any other way, if you feel like I don't know what's going on or whatever, cut back on that allocation until you feel like you are king of the world, like you're going to go out there and you're going to beat freaking Utica today for a goddamn $1 million. All right. Probably shouldn't curse on the show, but remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. And hey, for basketball, they only do it a few times a year, and it's $1 million today.